Good day, especially to you, Ma'am Felisa Marfil. We are the No Names Group, and today we are going to do our defense presentation for a research entitled The Roots, a qualitative study on the reasons of social media addiction and its negative impacts to the grade 11 senior high school STEM students of Central Mindanao University.
Introduction. Background of study. Interacting with friends and family across long distances has been a concern of humans for centuries. Hendricks 2018 recently unveiled their interactive infographic entitled The Complete History of Social Media. History of Social Media. Then and now. Before 1900s, social media is the earliest method of communicating across great distances. The first recognizable social media site, 6 Degrees, was created in 1997. In 1999, the first blogging sites became popular, creating a social media sensation that's still popular today. After the invention of blogging, social media began to explode in popularity. Social media is an interactive tool that they can create blogs, write Facebook, Twitter posts expressing their thoughts on an issue, or post a video blog about their latest travel adventures on YouTube. People can easily share and post news content on their networks, bringing people across the globe together online. The interactivity characteristic of social media create a community feeling. Social media craze is widely regarded as a phenomenon caused by the fear of people missing out on something important online. Qualitative research involves collecting and analyzing non-numerical data to understand concepts, opinions, or experiences. It can be used to gather in-depth insights into a problem or generate news idea for research. Qualitative method is the best approach for this research. It involves respondents more than in a structured survey. The opportunity to prove allows you to determine the more than just initial responses and rationalists. It gives you an opportunity to engage and understand the topic in a certain level of understanding.
Social media has an important role in every individual's daily life. It makes your life easier in various ways. The purpose of this research is to highlight the impacts of social media addiction towards students. The study was conducted to widen the researchers' knowledge about the social media addiction that can affect the students' academic performance. This is important because the results generated from this study will be used to give more understanding about its impact and to give the intervention for the students' progress towards the social media. The results of this study will be beneficial to the students and parents. The paper will determine how active the students in different social media sites. The research is to inform the parents that social media can benefit their children in many different aspects, but also guidance must be needed too, for them to use it in a proper way. The information will be used as a guide to establish plans and action that must take in order to decrease the adverse effects of using social media. Moreover, results of this study will be used as a reference for future related studies.
Now, let us move on to our research objective. Social media addiction is an ever-increasing problem in the 21st century. The overuse of social media has a lot of consequences, especially to the said learners. As the problem is escalating, it is significant to recognize the source of the issue. Considering that the possible action against the addictive uses of social networking sites depend largely on understanding the seriousness of the problem. This study may shed some light on the current situation, particularly among young users. Our research primary objective is first to perceive the root of the students' dependency on social media. Second, to determine the negative effects of social media to the learners and how it affects their performance as students. Third is to understand social media addiction in the point of view of a grade 11 Central Mindanao University senior high school student.
For the continuity, I will discuss the chapter 4, the methodology. The researchers used a qualitative method to better understand and validate the observations contained in the instrument. The population are the students in grade 11 senior high school at the University of Central Mindanao studying at science, technology, engineering, and mathematics or STEM strand with both genders. Conducted at the University of Central Mindanao, University Town Muswan, Marama Bukidnon for the year 2020 to 2021. Using the convenience sampling method, 30 participants were evaluated and filtered to identify individuals with social media addiction. Furthermore, this method was applied as a limitation for those who only have an internet connectivity that can answer the survey questionnaire, as it is conducted through an online platform. Researchers use a constant comparative method to assess opinions of each individual and the various data on this topic. Researchers use Google Form as an instrument in distributing questionnaires to the participants using Messenger and email. There are 2 questionnaires that had a total of 19 questions divided into 3 parts about social media addiction. The first part has 9 questions that can be answered with 2 options, yes and no. In the second part, participants will answer 6 questions of the Bergen Social Media Addiction Scale with a Likert scale option with a 5-point scale: very poor, rarely, sometimes, often, and very often. Interview will be the final process, and the first part can be the access through Google Forms that are given through Messenger. The second and the third part will be personally given to the participants in a private message through Messenger for asking the 4 survey questions and some follow-up questions for further clarification. The researcher used a one-on-one interview in a new normal setting. The research analyzes interviews, data, and information and their similarities and contrasts.
Now let us proceed to the results and discussion. Out of 30 participants, 11 students are the students that recorded a total score of 9 points on the first process and proceeds on the second process. On the second process, the 11 students answered the BSMAS, and 10 of these students got more than 3 points in 4 questions. Thus, the researchers secured 10 individuals that has possible indication of social media addiction. These remaining students answered the 4-item interview questions. In the conducted survey, the participants stated the reasons why they use social media. Majority of the students, 9 out of 10, stated that the entertainment that social media gives is the reason why they use social media. After entertainment purposes, the vast majority, 8 out of 10, also stated that social media eases the boredom they felt. Another reason, 5 out of 10, is current event was not missed. When students listed the negative effects of social media, all of the students, 10 out of 10, stated that procrastination and laziness is a negative impact of social media. After this, vast majority of the students, 9 out of 10, stated not working on responsibilities. Another negative impact, 7 out of 10, was headache, eye aches, and lack of sleep.
In the study of Tierney, Villalobos, and Samaha, it says that the reason behind the social media addiction is about personal pleasure, to avoid being bored, and to be updated to the news and gossips around the world. And these results are supported on the researches that were reviewed in this study. According to Robinsons, Smith, and Jacob, social media addiction has a negative impact on students. They say that it can cause students to be unproductive and lazy, being negligent in responsibilities, and according to Jacob, Kitzman and Cherney that social media addiction can cause headaches, eye pain, and lack of sleep. And these results of their studies was also proved in our research. So the participants spend their time in online class, stretching at home, doing some daily life activities and other school-related activities. But despite the comfort brought by social media, students stated that the big negative impact of social media was procrastination, loss of focus, and discipline. That's why these individuals suggested that social media brings positive things in each of us, yet we need to use it properly and with discipline.
And now for the summary and conclusion. The aim of this research was to gain an understanding of students with social media addictions and their perceptions about social media, its negative effects and values. The qualitative research method used in the study is suitable to achieve the objective of this research. The desired information was achieved through analysis of participants' interviews, observations, and archival data that provided the level of understanding needed in this research. The reasons of using social media are entertainment, to cure boredom, and to secure news and gossips. These reasons are supported on various journals and articles. The extremes of the satisfaction that the student felt causes them to be addicted to it, while the negative effects on social media addiction are laziness, not working on responsibility, headache and eye pain, and lack of sleep. Students with social media addiction express a factor in their addiction and the negative impacts of social media. Participants may need to change their behavior, such as lack of focus. When evaluating their negative effects on social media, all of these negative effects were related to lack of self-discipline. By using narrative analysis and constant comparative methods, the researchers concluded that social media addiction has a reason and a negative effects on each individual. The study shows that the extreme satisfaction that a student felt towards social media is the leading reason of social media addiction, while the lack of self-discipline is the factor that makes the student addicted to it. In conducting this study, it is important not to look at the majority but the opinion of each individual in order to get a level of understanding about the said topic. The researchers believe that the study taken together suggests that this topic needs a further understanding of the psychological aspects of social media addicts.